She scored 500 goals for her country. Hey there! Vivianne Miedema is the all-time leading goal scorer in the Women's Super League. She also scored her 500th goal for the Netherlands against Wales in the Euros. Not really, I'm just messing with you all. It was actually her 100th goal, which is an absolutely amazing achievement. The celebration was apparently meant to be a V, an M, a 1 and 2 zeros, but something went a little bit wrong. Anyway, to celebrate this career highlight, I of course want to make a custom Funko Pop. So, let's get started. Just like the Leah Williamson pop I made, I will be using this Mia Hamm pop. But she has the wrong hair for Vivianne, so for that I have this Diana Prince pop. Before I do anything else though, I need to remove the heads. To do this, I just pop the pops into a pot of hot water for a few minutes. The head should pop right out now. Wow, this is not budging. Funko really must not want people head swapping pops. Whoops. Well, at least the head's off now, I suppose. No worries. I should be able to sort it out. I just need to cut this sticky out bit off. There we go. Right, let's hope the other one comes off a bit easier.
It did not.
This is ridiculous. Oh no! Help! I think it's time to get the hairdryer out. It still won't budge.
Many hours later.
I finally got it off. And I injured myself in the process. I superglued the limbs back on, and now I need to replicate the collar of the Netherlands away shirt. Honestly, these Funkos always have the wrong collars. I'm using a 2-part putty called Milliput to do this. I like to use Milliput as it does not need cured in an oven. It will set hard in a few hours. Now that it is set, I'm using some fine wet sandpaper to smooth it all out. I also sand out the printed on bits so they don't show through the paint. Ugh, this looks like some Sid from Toy Story project. I am spraying on some Vallejo Mecha Grey Primer. Oh my god guys, priming is so boring. It takes ages.
Bored now.
Right, I've masked off all the bits that I don't want sprayed blue. I've also masked a little stripe around the arm. Vivianne wore the captain armband in the match against Wales. That armband is a fluorescent greenish colour. I really want it to look nice and vibrant, so I probably need to have a white base. I still need to mask off a few more areas, so for that I'm using this liquid mask. You just brush it on wherever you don't want paint to get on. Honestly, it is amazing stuff. Okay, it's finally time to spray the kit. I'm using this Vallejo model colour in sky blue. It needs thinned though, as it is thick. Wow, this is so much more fun than spraying the primer. And this colour is so lovely. While I wait for that to dry, I get on with spraying the head. I'm using Vallejo Premium Flesh Tone for this. This stuff also needs quite a few coats. You probably can't see this, but there is some very small bits of fluff stuck on the paint, so I am very carefully removing them with a cocktail stick. You know, I just want to make sure I get a good finish. It totally has nothing to do with my perfectionism problem. Promise. Anyway, it's all clear of the minute fluff, so now I am spraying the hair in light brown. This is the closest shade I could find to Vivianne's hair. I really hope Vallejo bring out some blonde hair shades. There is a real lack of those colours available. Right, let's get this masking off. I love removing this liquid mask. And I just need to unwind those masking bandages. Nice. and of course the liquid mask from the boots. And the last bit of masking tape just here. I can't believe it. No seepage anywhere. Now I can get the hand painting sorted. To get a nice finish with this, I thin the paint a little bit with some water. This results in having to do quite a few coats, but it's worth it for a nice smooth finish. Vivianne wears Adidas Predator Elites, which have this vibrant fluorescent yellow graphic. Well, unfortunately I don't have that colour of paint, so I've just ordered some, which means I can't really do any more painting until it turns up. While I wait, I think I'll get the decals made. I make the decals in Affinity Designer and Photo. I can find most logos and badges that I need online easily enough. The fonts, however, can be difficult to find, especially if the team has a unique font, like this Netherlands one. I mean, look at it. It's cool, but it's not available anywhere, unfortunately. But thankfully, I found a good photo of a Miedema shirt, which I was able to make the decals from. I also made decals for the boots, as I was still waiting for the fluorescent paint to arrive. Look what's arrived! Wow, these are great colours. But before I use the yellow, I need to paint the tongue. While that dries, I am painting the captain armband in the fluorescent green. And now I can finally paint on that little bit of fluorescent yellow onto the boots. The painting is finally finished, so now I am spraying over some Vallejo Premium Satin Varnish. This stuff protects the paint from the decal solution, and it makes everything look so smooth. It's decal time. I use Hayes Waterslide decal paper to print my decals onto. I have an inkjet printer which can't print waterproof, so the sheets have to be sealed with clear coat. I use Keen Crystal Clear for this. I also make sure to print out extra decals, as it is very easy to destroy them. Homemade ones are very fragile compared to the ones you get in model kits. Applying decals can be extremely fiddly, so I use something called microset to help get the decals into the right place. These black decals I printed onto clear decal paper, as they are going over a paler colour, but for any that have white, they need to be printed onto white decal paper. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It literally takes me a whole day doing these decals. I know, that sounds insane, but there's the cutting out, then there's getting them in the exact place, then I have to apply the microsol, which helps the decal to set over any bumps. And of course, I very often destroy some of the decals by accident, especially the ones that have to go into awkward places. But it's all worth it in the end when I finally apply the last decal and see this thing that didn't exist brought to life by a bit of paint and some waterslide decals. I am super glad I have these extra match ball decals that I made for my Leah Williamson pop. that's left now is to give her some eyes and eyebrows. I like to recreate the eyebrows by drawing over a photo in Affinity Designer. Now I just need to make sure that the eyebrows are level and that they're spaced apart evenly. So out comes the ruler. Nice. The figure is almost finished. I just need to get rid of the shininess off the decals. So I spray over one last coat of satin varnish. Oh no, I forgot to cut off the bits that stick out on the neck post. I can't get the head back on otherwise. Okay, let me just sort that out. There we go. And now the head should go back on easily. Yay! She is finished. Now I know I say this every time, but I am so happy with how it's turned out. I absolutely love the boots. That yellow fluorescent paint just looks so good. But there is one more thing to do. She needs a box. Now she's finished. Before we take a look at the final result, I just want to say thank you so much for all your support. It really means a lot. For more videos, don't forget to put your laces through that subscribe button. Now here's the final result.